So I have some rare good news for you guys. In fact, rare isn't a strong enough word. We need to invent a new word because good news is so rare that it deserves a whole new term for it. But journalist Ken Klippenstein did a tremendous job exposing the corruption behind the cleanup effort and rebuilding effort in Puerto Rico. So take a look at some of these new facts here. $300 million in taxpayer money that went to the group Whitefish, which they're supposed to, bring back the power in Puerto Rico. Well, they got $300 million in taxpayer money, and that includes a Chinook helicopter airlift, $20,277, an S-61 helicopter airlift, $15,993, passenger helicopter, $3,969. These are some of the expenses that they're charging taxpayers. $332 per person for accommodations each day, $79.82 per person for food each day. Look at this. Whitefish contract states, quote, "In no event shall government bodies have the right to audit or review the cost and profit elements." At no point can government bodies review or audit the profit element. So in other words, if we shake you down, steal the money, don't do a good job, but keep it as profit, you can't look into that. Whoa. And then it says, incredible, Whitefish contract states Puerto Rican government waives any claim against contractor related to delayed completion of work. So in other words, if we take forever, whatever, bro, can't do anything about it. Can't do it. And that's exactly what's happening, by the way. You remember how weeks after, we're talking 80% of people still don't have power there. I think right now it's still 70% of Puerto Rico doesn't have power. And the hurricanes hit a long time ago. So how can that be? Well, it's like that because of corruption. Because the Trump administration, somebody in the Trump administration, Ryan Zinke, knew his buddy in fucking Montana, who had a company that's supposed to, be a power company. They had 2 full-time employees, but somehow they got a $300 million contract to go to Puerto Rico and bring the power back. Well, no wonder why it's taken forever. Because they tried to go from 2 employees to get a whole bunch more employees to, train them immediately to go down to Puerto Rico and fucking bring back the power as if they have the ability to do that? No, you need a much bigger company that's more established to be able to do that, that has the resources to be able to do that. But this is what corruption looks like. This is what nepotism looks like. This is what not caring about the people in Puerto Rico and handing out sweetheart deals because of pay-to-play corruption, that's what this looks like. That's what this is. So guess what? Remember at the beginning of this, I said we have good news? Well, the good news is that the contract is now officially canceled. Officials in Puerto Rico saw Ken Klippenstein's work. It really took off, and they went, what the fuck? No, we're done here. We're canceling this. Not happening. They're obviously, hosing us. They're obviously playing us for suckers. They obviously don't care about us. We're canceling that contract. So, look, man, I think Ken Klippenstein deserves a Pulitzer Prize because this here he's exposing corruption, exposing a real scandal, which, by the way, the corporate media is largely asleep on. They've covered it here and there, okay? Just to be fair and total disclosure, and like every now and then they'll mention it. But this is the stuff that deserves the amount of attention that the Russia stuff is getting. That Russian meddling in the election. You know how like every day there's fucking 4 stories about that? This is the story that deserves that kind of attention. Because everything is proven and everything is right in front of you. Because of corruption, pay-to-play corruption, sweetheart deals, a company with fucking 2 people that don't know what the fuck they're doing has to rebuild Puerto Rico and get their electricity going, and that's why they don't have it now. Weeks and weeks and weeks after the hurricane. So credit to Ken Klippenstein because his hard work and investigative reporting has led to real-world consequences that are going to improve lives. And you want to talk about cracking down, you want to talk about doing an investigation and maybe bring people up on charges, here you go. Another clear case of financial corruption, pay-to-play corruption, and this is the stuff that nobody should let slip by because this stuff has to stop. This is taking a disaster, a catastrophe, and profiteering off of it. Just like what happened with the war in Iraq. This is the shock doctrine. This is Naomi Klein. It's just like what happened with the war in Iraq and the war on terrorism more generally. And this is exactly what's happening with Puerto Rico. Take a disaster, enrich your buddies, don't fix the problem, but who gives a fuck?